Hi, this is Deborah from dinglefoot.com, and this week I have a very simple card to show you, and this one's going to have a pocket on the front. So this is great for gift giving. It's getting near graduation time, and it's always nice to have a little card that you could slip a gift card in, but this is also going to work great if you just want to put a little message on your paper and slip it in the pocket. So I have my card here. This is A4 size. It's 8.5 inches by 5.5 inches, and then you just simply score it in the middle and fold it. And then I have a piece of pattern paper for the front. So I cut that, and then this pocket part is just simply another piece of paper like the back of the card, cut to exactly the same width as the card, and then another little piece for the front, and it's the same width as this piece of paper. So when you put this together, it looks like it has a continuous pattern, except that we'll have this nice little defining edge from our paper back there. And then, as I said before, you could either put a gift card in the pocket, or you could cut a piece of paper like this. This back one is 4 inches by 3 inches. And since I don't have a gift card to put in the pocket, I'm just going to be stamping an image on the front there, and we will slip that in the pocket. I also have 24 inches of satin ribbon, so I'm going to be using that. And I think that's all I need. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so we're just going to begin by putting our decorative paper on our card. I'm just using some Zig two-way glue. So put this on the front. And we're going to do the same thing with our piece of other paper here. Try to get this centered. It's a little bit hard to do this sideways, but okay. So I just want the tiniest little edge around my paper there. I'm going to do the same thing with this one. So we're going to get that on. And then, I guess I could go ahead and do my little paper I was going to stamp on too. The nice thing about this Zig two-way glue is if you get it positioned and it's not quite right, you can lift it up, because it does take a few minutes to dry. So I have that, and before this ever goes on the front of your card, you're going to take your ribbon, just simply going to place this towards the middle of my ribbon, and I'm going to just tie a bow, and it's going to be towards the left side. So if you have a big wide ribbon like this, just put it around and kind of pinch it where you're going to tie your bow, and then it'll be a little bit easier to work with your bow once you get it tied. Okay, so just pinch it. I'm not the best in the world at tying bows, so sometimes I have to play around with them a little bit, but this wide ribbon is really nice, and it's kind of more forgiving. So I'm going to make it smaller, and I could play around with this for a long time, but I'm just going to kind of get it looking like a bow, and then I'm just going to give it a trim. So I don't want too much of a edge on it. Let's go that way maybe. Okay, trim the other side. Okay, so that's the bow part, and of course this is going to be a pocket on the front of our card, so you can't glue the top part, and that's the most important part to remember. So you could either use a wet glue, or sometimes it's just easier to use something like score tape, because we're not going to have a big wet mess and have to wait for it to dry. Oops, almost messed up and put the adhesive on the top. That will not work because I want a pocket. So I'm going to tear that off. This score tape's so easy to use. No scissors. It sticks like crazy, but you don't need any scissors to cut that backing off. It just rips right off. So, you get this put on here. Then all you do is peel your little paper backing off here and stick it to your card. So, we'll get that off here. I'm going to put this right on the front of our card, and I'm going to try to match it up real nice. There we got our little pocket part. So I'm going to go ahead and make a stamped image to put on my card. Okay, so I have my stamp all inked up here. I have a Bible verse stamp. It says, "I thank my God every time I remember you." So that's going to go as best as I can get it in the middle here. And I'm going to be embossing this in gold, so grab my gold embossing powder, get that on here, just dump off the extra, and then take your heat tool and get that powder all warmed up and melted, and then we'll make the rest of the card. Okay, so I got my stamped image and I glued it to the front of this cardstock, and all you do is just slip this in the pocket, or you could use a gift card or whatever you want, and this card is simple as that. Thanks so much for watching.